So imagine you're out by yourself, or maybe you're with your family, and the worst case scenario happens. You get attacked, and in that attack, to defend yourself, you have to employ deadly force. Have you thought about what's going to happen to you after that? After you shoot the attacker dead, possibly, maybe not dead, but after you have shot the attacker, have you thought about what's going to happen after that? Have you done any research on that? More importantly, have you discussed it with your family, your significant other? Have you sat down with a lawyer? Most likely, you're probably going to get arrested and sit in a jail cell for a little while till they sort the details out. Not every self-defense incident is clean cut and witnesses everywhere to confirm your story. Sometimes you are arrested, sometimes you're kind of locked up until they sort some of the details out and decide what to do with you. So, if you're like me, I've been carrying since 2009 now, and I've always thought about what happens if I have to shoot somebody. I kind of understand that I'm probably going to be arrested, but I never took the time to sit down and talk with a lawyer and discuss how my legal defense might go, how to contact them, how to do different things. I definitely never discussed really any of that with my significant other, and so I wanted to make sure that if something was to happen, I'm covered in a sense that I will have a lawyer. I don't have to go look for a lawyer. I don't have to, depend on my wife to take care of our kids, go to work, and try to find me a lawyer, whatever I might need. You never know. These things aren't always so clear cut. So I wanted to find an easy way to kind of cover myself, because we don't have time to go sit down with a lawyer. We don't have money. Usually they charge whatever their ridiculous hourly rate is. And not to mention, paying for them to, paying the retainer for them to even show up and all that other stuff. So I wanted to find an easy way to cover myself. Hey everybody, Steve here, and today I'm going to talk about the Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network. It's a defense network comprised of a few individuals that you will get access to as your expert witnesses. So I'll just talk about I'm going to talk about some of the benefits they provide, and then I'm going to go through what they sent me. I signed up and they sent me a bunch of stuff in the mail. So I'm going to talk about right now what they'll do for you, and then I'm going to go through what I got in the mail. So some of the things that the Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network does for you is, so as far as attorneys go, the attorney and legal expenses are paid after a self-defense incident, including a fee deposit paid to your attorney immediately after a self-defense for representation during questioning and other vital defense services. Bail assistance. The network provides up to $25,000 to post bail on behalf of the member who has used force in self-defense. They have grants for further legal defense expenses after justifiable self-defense if criminally charged or sued in civil court. Some of the things they offer you is education. There's 8 full-length lectures on DVD and a 235-page book, so you know what's justifiable and what to expect and how to best interact with the criminal justice system. And the guidance from the advisory board comprised of the recognized leaders in self-defense training: Mass Ayub, John Farnham, James Fleming, Tom Givens, Emmanuel, I'm not sure how to say his last name, and Dennis Tuller, and led by the defense president, Marty Hayes. So you get access to those guys. Those are the top guys in the self-defense industry who know everything basically there is to know, and they've been in many cases. You'll have access to a nationwide network of attorneys and legal experts, monthly education updates to their online journal. So that's just some of the things that they offer. You know, just go and sit down with a lawyer and sort all that out yourself after something's already happened. You know, it already probably costs hundreds of dollars just to talk to a lawyer about defending you if something was to happen. You don't know if, you know, you have to find out if that lawyer is truly somebody who's well versed in self-defense with a handgun, stuff like that. You never know what you're going to get. At least with the network, you know what you're going to get. So, how much does all this cost? $135 a year is what it costs to get you know, the help from the Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network. So I think it's worth it. $135 a year. If you want to pay in different increments, you can pay in 3-year increments at $295, or a 10-year membership for $790. So you can do whatever suits your budget. I'm just doing the yearly kind of thing. This is my first year that I'm doing it. I think it's necessary just because that's something that's, you know, outside the realm of something that I've dealt with. I've never, you know, shot anybody, and hopefully I'll never have to. But I want to know that if I do and I get, you know, locked up, arrested, you know, I can call them, or I can call my wife and she can call them, and they'll send somebody out to handle everything. And so you're covered. So now I'm going to go and show you what all I got in the mail. And this will be the first time I'm opening it too. So let's go and open it up together. Alright, so I've laid out everything that you get in the mail from the Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network. But I also wanted to clarify a few things. In the beginning of the video, I sort of alluded to that for $135, the Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network does everything for you, and that's not necessarily true. You're still going to have to go and find a lawyer and talk to them and set up the whole legal representation part of it through your lawyer's office. They're not going to set that up for you after an incident has already happened. You need to still do that. But what they do provide is a sort of a quick start guide. So when you sign up online, you pay $135 and you sign up to be a member. They'll send you an email right away, and this email will contain a link, a username, a password, and a link to the website, and that username and password gets you into the members only portion of the Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network website. Once you get into this members only section, you get access to the Quick Start Guide, which provides you links to finding attorneys that are affiliated with the ACLDN, which is the Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network. They'll sort of tell you step by step how to go about getting all your ducks in a row as far as getting things set up for your legal defense if and when you were to defend yourself. So they have a link here for the entire United States. For the entire United States, you click on your state and it tells you where and who the affiliated attorneys are with them. So that kind of helps you out a little bit. You know, you're walking into somebody that's trusted by the network. You also get access to discounts and coupons for the American Warrior Society, which is run by Mike Seeklander. You might recognize the name if you watched any of the Top Shot on the History Channel. He was a competitor in there. But he is with the American Warrior Society. He's got training videos, reviews of guns, gear, training methods, all kinds of stuff. And you can get a 10% off the yearly membership to the American Warrior Society. You also get some discounts with, I don't really know how to say it, Panteo Productions. You can get a 25% discount on their DVDs and yearly subscription for their streaming videos. There's training videos, different things. The Law of Self-Defense is a book that I just actually bought before I became a member, but you can get a 10% discount on the book if you buy it through the link on here. I just bought it off of Amazon. It's a book by Andrew Branca. He's an attorney, and he talks about self-defense laws in depth. He's an attorney, so not that it's necessarily legal advice. I don't know. I still have yet to read the book. I have a lot of homework to do. And then Tactical Gears and Accessories is a website that you can get 15% off orders over $50. So that's just some of the things that you get on the website in addition to what this stuff that you get in the mail. There's lectures on videos. There's additional resources. And then they even have a link of accessing post-incident assistance that you could share with your significant other. And it includes a step-by-step kind of guide on what to do and what's going to happen after an incident has occurred. So, like I said, they're not setting you up with a lawyer. They're not taking all that burden. They can do that for all their members, but they're offering the monetary assistance to pay for the lawyer. Which, if you're like me, I don't necessarily have a budget for legal defense. Can cost thousands of dollars. So they're offering you that money. They're offering money to post your bail, so you don't have to sit in jail while everything's getting sorted. And they're offering a ton of resources. So what they send you in the mail here, I'll just start with this paperwork over here. This is kind of like your welcome to the network pamphlet. It tells you, what you should do. They give you a membership card. I'm going to kind of cover up my information here and show you what that looks like. But this is your membership card. It has your expiration dates on it, and then on the back it has numbers for their offices and their emergency numbers. And then once you figure out who your attorney is going to be, you can put your attorney and his phone number right there so that you can kind of have that information ready when you need it. The other paper is an explanation of benefits. So you have to kind of go through that. They offer you some pamphlets you can give to family or friends to get them signed up. They give you a kind of a cool hat. They kind of put a kind of a little philosophy on their logo where basically it's, they're providing it to you to wear to shooting events, firearms classes, gun-centric events, to kind of spread the word about the Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network. So it's kind of a cool thing. They give you the hat. You get a little pamphlet here about whatever gun owner needs to know about self-defense law. A book by Mass Ayub, Deadly Force: Understanding Your Rights to Self-Defense. Super looking forward to going through all this stuff. And then, of course, the DVDs. So, we got 8 DVDs here. You've got use of deadly force in self-defense. You've got handling the immediate aftermath of a self-defense shooting. You got attending or defending a self-defense shooting. Recognizing and responding to pre-attack indicators. Additional considerations when using deadly force. Understanding and explaining altered perceptions of witnesses and participations in violent encounters. Emotional and psychological aftermaths of self-defense shooting. And legal considerations for the use of non-lethal defensive force. You'll notice that all these DVDs have a place for you to kind of sign and date. If I can get that to focus. Sign and date. So all this stuff that they give you, they actually mail you physical copies of all this stuff so that you can sign and date it. All of this is admissible evidence in court. So, you know, it's kind of saying like, hey, I made, you know, if you go to court and they question your abilities or your training, you can say, hey, I've got this training. I've signed date. Here's proof of my training and knowledge. This is why I made the call I made. This is why I pulled the trigger or did what I had to do. So it's just it's kind of cool, I guess. Cool, but not cool. You know, I don't really know. Cool is probably not the right word, but that they send this to you so that you can prove that you have some training above your concealed carry class, because it's really not cutting it. You know, you say, oh, I got my gun, I went and took my CCW. Okay, well, that's just the tip, the very tip of a huge iceberg when talking about self-defense. You know, as I'm getting into this, I kind of hit, like, blew my mind as to everything that's going to go into of self-defense and what you need to know about it. So this is, I mean, getting your CCW, great. Got a gun, great. Carrying it every day, awesome. But it's just the very tip of a gigantic self-defense iceberg. If you've ever shot like an FBI qualification, you did well on it, and it's documented, that's something else that's going to go into your, you know, your self-defense trial. So, you know, I got a ton of homework here I got to do. I got to read a book. I got to read all this stuff, watch all these DVDs, sign and date. And then once I'm all done with that, I'm going to put all these in my gun safe. And God forbid anything ever happens, I can say, this is why I did what I did based on my training and knowledge. Here's proof I have of my training and knowledge. So that's, you know, like I said, this is just the very tip. I'm just getting into it. And there's a lot of work to do, a lot of things to know. So, you know, if you've got your concealed carry, you want to know more about self-defense, you should know more about self-defense so you don't get into a lot more trouble than need be. Sign up for the Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network and get informed and get trained. I want to thank everybody for watching. I'll probably maybe do some more videos as I go through the material and talk about maybe some of the things that I find interesting and all that. So this, you know, could be a part 1. So you should subscribe for more videos on self-defense. I'm definitely going to get into it. Like I said, this is the tip of an iceberg, and I'm going to get into it and read more about self-defense. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.